we'll just see what we're doing. So good morning. I'm so pleased to see you all here. Thank you for making a space in your day to have this live event one with Calm 115. My name is Kim Ware, and I'll be your instructor over the next 8 weeks. I have been teaching for like 15 years now. I started out at graduate school at ASU. My undergraduate is at Butler University with a bachelor's of science in arts administration, which basically means is that I was a theater and dance kid, and I wanted to be able to be on stage somehow and at the same time have a fallback career. So I got all those business classes. And then I graduated and there were no jobs. So I decided to go to graduate school instead and ended up in Arizona, where I got my master's in human communication. I still have an emphasis in performance studies, so that's probably still like my bread and butter, my sweet spot. But overall, I have really come to love all fields in communication, and interpersonal communication is one of my faves. So before I get started, do you have any questions that you want to make sure I answer in the next few minutes? You can shake your head yes or no, or chat something. I'm getting a no. Is that accurate?
I actually had a question.
Yes.
Is there, so there's only 2 live classes for this whole class?
Yes.
Okay, that's all
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, I know it's kind of strange, but this is a general education requirement, so we don't have the burden of having classes every week.
All right, sounds good. Thank you.
Awesome. Okay, well then let's just go ahead and move on, and I will get us rocking and rolling. So this is interpersonal communication. And what this is the study of how we communicate with other people. When you go to any university, you have to take a communication class. So the people at Bryan said, okay, what should we teach? We could have taught a survey of communication. We could have taught intercultural, organizational, small group. And we landed on interpersonal because it's the most wide-reaching of helping you learn how to communicate with one-on-one, so 2 people, but it also has far-reaching applications to working with multiple people and small groups. So it's a great class to step into for this purpose. The first half of the course is going to be all about building a foundation. So before you can really start to apply these concepts, we have to learn the concepts. And that's all girded in first understanding who you are as a communicator. So has anyone had a chance to take a look at the first assignment? Yes, Lisa shaking her head, Karen. Okay, good. So you'll notice that the first assignment is more like a self-assessment, which means that you have to understand how you communicate in this world before you can start addressing how you communicate with other people. So we always start with the self first. This is the only assignment that you're going to have besides the very last assignment that asks you to take sort of a personal deep dive. I encourage you to do that. Now, as you're reading the questions and you're like, ugh, this is a little personal. I don't know that I want to write this out. I don't know if I want to share this with other people and transmit it across the World Wide Web. That's cool. I totally respect that. I am not a therapist in any way, and I really don't care about your personal life. It's more for your benefit. So if you don't want to share that kind of information across with Bryan University, that's fine. Just make something up. So dream of a persona and make it up. The big deal is I need to see that you understand the concept. So at the very end, and you'll recall this when you get to the assignment, at the very end, it asks you about Schutz's theory of inclusion, control, and affection. And it asks you to talk about that theory in relationship to a person that you have an active relationship with. If you don't want to do that, just make up a relationship. I'm going to talk about Bob. Bob is, we don't really have a very inclusive relationship. He does stuff without me all the time, and I feel excluded. Like, you can just make stuff up. I just need to see that you understand the concept. Does that make sense to you? Okay, good. So from that assignment, we start to look at culture and how the way that people learn their values, beliefs, and attitudes play into the way they function with the rest of the world. And then we start looking at conflict. And once we finish building that foundation, we start to apply the concepts in really fun scenarios regarding friendship, workplace, family life, and then you're done. So that's the first half and the second half of the course. Do you have any questions about that? Okay, cool. So let's talk about these assignment expectations. What do I want from you? Isn't that what students want to know? Just tell me what I need to do. And that's what I want to do right now. First of all, I want you to ask questions before you submit an assignment. I would rather you be late on an assignment and communicate that with me and get your questions answered with that before you submit. And here's why. So if you don't understand something and you sit there and you just get frustrated because like, I don't understand. I don't know what the question is asking. And then you just Google it. By the way, I can tell if you Google things and you try to figure it out and then you write stuff. And then I get your paper and I'm like, so close, but not quite right. Then I have to write a bunch of feedback to say, here's why this isn't right. And then you have to go back and you have to redo it for mastery. And we can cut out all that middle stuff and I can just tell you the answer and I can explain it to you and then you can write it correctly and then everybody can move on with their lives. So please ask questions before you submit. Even if it's Sunday night at 8 p.m. and you're trying to get your stuff done, but you don't understand something, I am happy to work with you. I am in your corner. Just wait until Monday or Tuesday. Let me answer your question and then submit your assignment. Cool? Yeah, okay, good. So now let's talk about writing. This is kind of a writing intensive course. It does not have any quizzes that are like multiple choice, true, false, except for the Learn-It. So I want you to write the best that you can. Some of us have already had English and some of us have not taken English at the college level. And I don't know about you, but I didn't really remember anything from high school English, like nothing. So it was really good for me to get an English class. So I understand the perspective that you're coming from. So just do your best. The main thing again is that I need to see that you understand the concept. Now, if you have a pen and paper, you might want to write down this next formula. It will help you with the writing in this class. So when you look at everything except for the first assignment, you're going to have short answer questions. They're going to ask you, what is this concept and how do you apply it? So if you see more than one question in a short answer, you know that you need more than one paragraph. Take those questions and make them your topic sentence. So for example, what are the assignment expectations? How will you use the expectations in this course? That's 2 questions. So your first paragraph would be the assignment expectations are, and then you'd explain those. Your second paragraph will be, I intend to apply the expectations in this way. So more than one question, more than one paragraph. Always state the concept clearly. That's point 2. Give a definition of the concept. Then give an example of the concept. Every single short answer question that you see in this course is going to ask for a specific example. So make sure you provide that. Often the examples, with the exception of the first assignment, are going to come from a case study or a film clip. So we have a really cool case study in assignment number 2. It's looking at a bunch of people who work at a law firm and what is the culture, what is their personality, what kind of listening styles do they have. And then the third assignment is all Erin Brockovich. It's a scene from that movie. Has anyone seen Erin Brockovich? It's awesome. It's a great movie. So if you haven't seen it, I think you'll really like the scene. Caveat, it is rated R. So if you decide to watch it at any point, just know that it has an adult rating and maybe don't watch it with children in the room. Okay, so that is the writing. Any questions about that? No? Okay, good. All right, good. You're tracking with me. Now, this course also, the Learn-It notes are longer, or not the Learn-It notes, the Learn-It are a set level higher than what you have in your program. I didn't make that rule. It came from someone higher up than me. So don't shoot the messenger. I'm just telling you they're longer. So plan for that. The first week of the course covers 3 chapters. This is the heaviest week you're going to have. One way to get around it being so long is to take notes as you do the Learn-It. There's something very special that happens in your brain when you write things down to help you learn them. There's pathways and connections that are formed. It's neuroscience. I can't cite anything, but I know it's there. So the thing about writing notes, it helps you learn but also when you're going through like, you know, the fill in the blanks or the choices, everyone's done learn it already? Yes? Okay, so good. If you're writing the answers down and you get to like a fill in the blank, you can look at your paper and see the answer without having to recall it in your brain. It will make it go faster. Trust me. And finally, the late policy. I am incredibly flexible because learning is the most important thing to me. I want you to learn the material, and I have like this goal to have every person in my class get 100% at some point. I have not reached it yet, but I know that it's attainable. So I want you to submit your assignment. I want you to resubmit for mastery. The only thing is that everything in weeks 1 through 3 have to be submitted by the end of week 4. And everything in weeks 4 through 7 have to be submitted by the end of week 8 in order to get credit. Does that seem fair? Thank you. Thank you very much. I really do appreciate that, because if we don't follow that policy, then at the end of the course, you're scrambling to turn everything in. I'm grading 1,000 things and nobody's learning anything. And remember, my thesis, my goal for this class is that you learn the material and you can apply it. So I'm going to move on. Anything about the assignment? Okay. Response time. So I have spent about 5 minutes telling you everything I want from you, but you should know what to expect from me. Like, what should you want from an instructor? Well, one of the things that I remember from being a student is I would want an instructor to respond to me. I would want to clearly know what they want from me, what they want my papers to have, and that they answer my questions. So you should expect me to respond to you within 24 hours. I generally get back to everybody way before that. Text messaging, I've sent everybody a text. That's the best way to get in contact with me. You can also send me a Canvas inbox message, or you can email me, but for sure, I will get back to you within 24 hours. The nuance to that is that I need a rest day, and I try to take Sundays off as much as possible. And I encourage you to find a day where you can rest as well. The body needs rest. Your mind needs rest. So if you don't have that built into your life, any fitness people here? Yes, Ashley is on board with me. So is, I'm sorry, I didn't really catch the name with the iPhone. But say it one more time. One more time.
Lakeisha.
Lakeisha. Did I say it right?
No, Lakeisha.
Okay. Lakeisha.
No, Lakeisha.
Lakeisha with a V.
Yes.
Awesome. Okay, so you're on board. You know that the body needs rest. So try to find a time to rest your body so everything can replenish itself. So Sunday's my day. If you message me Saturday afternoon, it is likely that, oh, good, Miguel gets weekends off too. I love that. If you message me like late Saturday night, I'm probably not going to get back to you until Monday morning, which is why, again, it's so important for me to tell you if you don't understand something, please give me a chance to respond to you before you submit papers. Cool. So if there's anything else you want from me, please message me privately and let me know, and I will do my best to meet your needs. Now let's talk about Yellow Dig. Okay, honestly, how do you feel about Yellow Dig?
They keep changing the pointing, like how many points and everything. So it's kind of a little bit frustrating. Because when we started it, it was, I know for like Ashley, Jordan, and myself and John, it was 100 points a week, and now it's 1,000, and it's just a little confusing to keep track of how many posts and replies you got to do.
Yeah,
Like, I know it keeps track of it, but it's just aggravating to me.
I understand. Yeah, because you never quite know sometimes if you've done enough. So the good thing is that it is auto graded. So you're not waiting on me to do updates. So you do kind of have an idea where you stand, but because of the way that it's auto graded, you see fluctuation, and that can be really tricky and stressful for students as you're watching your grade go up and go down and go up and go down. So here's my solution to that. I really appreciate you sharing it, Ernest, is just to keep typing until you see, well, first, until an individual post, just keep writing until you see it say you've reached your maximum word count. And then just keep posting until you see it say you've maxed out your points for this week. And that way you don't have to worry about all of, am I doing enough? Am I not doing enough? So here is my little slideshow about, or not slide, but a picture that says how many points you get. So the 1,000 points are calibrated ratio to the 200 points that you get for the course. So the big deal is Yellow Dig is 20% of your grade. Okay, so 100 points the first 4 weeks and 100 points the second 4 weeks. So you could say get, you know, it's 1,000 points each week for a total of 8,000 points. So sort of like 4,000 points gets reduced to 100 points. See, I'm making myself dizzy. I can't do that. I'm not a math person. That's why I teach communication. Just max out your point. Okay. So I understand the frustration with doing Yellow Dig, and it can be a real drag to do it, which in knowing that some people really love it. So I'm not negating that at all. Where's my extroverts? Any extroverts here who just love chatting it up on Yellow Dig?
Hey, I myself, I just think that's an easy way to get points.
True. It really
I mean,
is.
It's pretty mindless, actually.
Well, good. I'm glad that you feel that way. And I try to make it even more mindless but fun for you. So I try to post really fun sparks. I also do a Super Saturday that you can chime in on. I am not interested in having you have to go out and find a bunch of videos to post, because I don't really think anybody watches the videos that you find anyway. And maybe that's just me, but everybody is crazy busy. And so watching one more video that's not required, I think can be sort of cumbersome. So I post fun sparks and I do a Super Saturday so that you should really just be able to get on and give your opinion of what you think and see how things interact. I think the most important thing to remember about Yellow Dig and the why for the Yellow Dig is that when you're going to school online and you're not meeting, especially in this class, we're not meeting every week. So you're not having FaceTime with people. You can feel like you're on an island and you're just doing this on your own, and you're so not. So Yellow Dig is really a place for you to drive it as students. It's not my community, it's your community. And I know that every 8 weeks you're kind of having to start over. You get really comfortable, you're responding to people, and then, oh, this connection is over. We have to go to a new class. But life is kind of like that too, where you have seasons where you get to hang out with people, and then that season ends and you have to go find new people. I know, I just did it. I had to move after living someplace for 16 years. So I really encourage you to make the most out of building your community, because you have no idea how this networking is going to play out in the next 10, 20, 30 years. You're going to move. We walk in a grocery store and see someone with a Bryan University shirt on. You'd be like, what? I went to Bryan University. You did? Wait, I think I recognize you. Were you in that like COM 115 class? Yes, I was. I just opened a gym. That's awesome. Do you need a job? Because I know that you're totally qualified. So you just now, yeah. So that sounds a little soap opera, but it is true. I'm telling you, the way the world works. There is some drama in there, but it will happen. So do your best to get in there and just, instead of focusing on, oh, this is a drag, I hate doing this, think this is my community. It is what I make of it. And if you still can't get on board with me, set a timer to say, okay, I'm going to do Yellow Dig for 10 minutes on Monday and 10 minutes on Wednesday. That's really all it should take. And you just keep typing until you see it say, ding, you've maxed out your points. The other thing is that I get to give accolades, so I can give you extra points when you post. So anytime you do a new post, I'm going to go through there and I'm going to read it. I'm going to do my best to comment on everything that you write, because you want to know that your instructor is watching. But if I can't comment, well, regardless of whether or not I get to comment, I'm going to give you an accolade, which ranges in anything from 75 to 150 points. So I've had students, I'm not kidding you, finish the course with like 12,000 points, and you only need 8, because it's just fun and it's your community. So earn as many points as possible. Always work on filling that buffer zone. You do have like a 20% buffer. So if you max out and there's like a week where life happens and you get sick or something like that, and you can't get on as much, you have that buffer built up to help you achieve your points. So Ernest, I'm sorry, I can't quite clarify for you the exact math on how it works, but as long as you're focusing on maxing out those points, it really is, you should get 200 points easily. Yes? No? Oh, good. Ernest is already maxed out. Sweet. Thank you. Thanks for doing that. I'm excited to get on in the next day or so and check out what everybody's sharing. So that's Yellow Dig. Let me just look at the next screen, and that's it. That's all I have to share. That is what this course looks like. The next live event is going to be, I believe, in January. And that one's a good one because I'm looking when it is. That one's a good one because I'm going to talk about interviewing and how to interview and how to do it well. So you won't want to miss that one. And no summaries needed. If you miss something, just hop on and watch the recordings. In the announcements, I like to post mini teaches. So if there's concepts that students are having trouble with, I can get on there and I can, I'll share a YouTube video or something. And otherwise, that's it. Here's how you can message me. Do you have any questions before I let you go?
I do.
Okay.
The schedule for the holidays.
Yes. Yes. So this course goes over Christmas. So Brian takes a week off at Christmas. So you see, if you look at the calendar, have you looked at the calendar, Lisa?
Not yet, no.
Yeah, so take a look at the calendar. There is a break, I believe, between week 4 and 5 or 5 and 6.
Okay. Do we get any time for Thanksgiving or is it just no? Okay.
No, but the course just started. So I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not planning to get online on Thursday. I may not get on Friday, but if you
Yeah.
want to, have at
No. I probably will because I'll be out of town traveling. So, but that's beside the point. So, thank
Yep.
you.
Yeah, thank you. Oh,
Will
food
you-
coma. Yes, we're having a carb fest on Thursday. Anybody else?
You're having a what?
A carb fest.
Oh,
A little bit of turkey and lots of carbs. It's gonna be
Yeah.
awesome. All right.
I have
Any
one
other
question.
questions?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Go
It'll
for
be
it.
about in your announcement, you mentioned that you can get an A+. So, so my question is, if you get an A, will that hurt our GPA or no?
If you get an A, will it hurt your GPA?
Yes, because you mentioned in the announcement that you can get an A+ in this course.
Yeah, you're so you can get an A+ just by doing everything and resubmitting for mastery. And so getting just an A or just a B or just a C, your GPA is what you make it. An A will never hurt you.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. And so do that, y'all. Resubmit for mastery, get all of your points and get that 100, because if you get 100 in this class, which is easy to do, it will boost your GPA in all of your classes. Okay. All right. So thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it so much. And I look forward to seeing you throughout the next 8 weeks. Awesome. John, win it, kill it. He's got a powerlifting competition on Friday night. Make sure you let us know how you do on Yellow Day.
good luck.
Yeah. Anybody running a turkey trot?
Oh, heck no.
I'm a runner. I'm going to go out there.
You have fun with that.
Thank you. Okay. All right. Thanks, guys. Have a
Thank
great day.
you.
Bye-bye
Bye.
now.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Last question.
Yeah.
I know normally for the classes, it says like, there's an assignment saying, like, I participated in the class. Does this one have that or no?
No, because these aren't required, but they're just really good to come to.
Okay, I wasn't sure, so I just figured to ask and.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
No.
Thanks, Ernest. Good question.
All right, have a good night.
You
or
too.
day or whatever.
Yeah. Okay. Bye.
Bye.